How's everybody doing? Listen, I hope you're all well. It's the 3rd of October 2014 and it's kind of in the middle of the afternoon. It's after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I wanted to talk about this business. The caption kind of says it all, it's about suicide. Our whole culture, the social milieu that we operate in, essentially it's all based around drugs. And even in this report you'll see a large number of the people who took their own lives were actually getting psychiatric treatment or getting mind-altering drugs legally given to them. We live in a society where there's fluoride in it. Just think of all this. There's fluoride in the water. Okay? The doctors and psychiatrists legally give out mind-bending drugs to people. The side effects of these drugs are horrendous. I'm going to discuss that in a minute or two. And I met a very interesting man. The man was an ex-army man, ex-Irish army man. Been in the army all his life from he was a boy. He's now retired. He was in his mid-50s. Lovely man, just interested in engineering, and that's all. That's what his hobby was. And I'm interested in that, to get talking to him. All right, but various aspects of it and all right. He's more interested in marine stuff. They all are up in that Donegal. That's their kind of tradition. Anyway, tell me a fascinating thing. Tell me that while they were on a tour of duty, they go into Africa and they were given a drug. The drug was called Lariam, an anti-malarial drug, powerful drug. Now, I have a write up here on it. I'm going to put a link to you, but I just want you to listen to one of the side effects, because that's what he told me. He told me basically out of the 300 men, he didn't know all 300 men, he knew some of them, right? But out of the group that he knew, which he reckoned was about 120 men, 4 of them had attempted suicide and 2 of them had killed themselves. And he got upset. He knew one of the guys very well and he got upset. The man was telling me this. He had no reason to tell me this. I'm just going to tell you this. Lariam is the name of the drug. It has a generic name called MEF-TOX-VET. Yeah. Anyway, it tells you here the contraindications. Where do you hear this one? Yes, you won't believe this. Is like, I'm going to put this, you can have a look at this. Some people taking Lariam have committed suicide. And then it qualifies it. It says it's not known if Lariam was the reason for these suicides. Some people taking Lariam have committed suicide. It's not known if Lariam was the reason for these suicides. Boy, that's a double entendre, isn't it? That's the world we live in. Take this drug. It'll help you. You won't get bitten by flies, but you may commit suicide. Anyway, the man was telling me, this particular man was telling me, when he tried to get it out of his system as quickly as he could, that had all device methods for taking it and then they'd expel it and all the rest for trying to get it through their system as quickly as possible. Because he said the contraindication for him when he took it was he became very violent towards his wife and his family when he came home. All right? It stayed in his system a long, long time. So all I'm saying to you is, this is the problem with the whole business of suicide. We can't really get a great hand on it. But I think the way to view it is, if I had somebody who expressed that type of they were heading in that kind of direction and were talking, or somebody else said they had been talking to them about taking their own life, I would definitely find out what drugs they're been exposed to, whether it's alcohol, whether it's, I'd get them all, I'd just try and cut out all whatever drugs they were exposed to. Because I have absolutely no doubt that this is as a result of serious depression brought on by taking drugs, some way, ingesting drugs or unnatural substances, mind-altering substances. Of that I have absolutely no doubt, that the people may have a chemical imbalance in the first place, and then it's been reinforced by what they're doing and what they're taking and what they're ingesting. The final thing I want to say is, I want to talk about the one of the social problems that young men have. They're all lied to. It's not even a business about a moral compass or anything. It's not even. Imagine you're a young man. I see them. I just see them. They're like lost souls. So anyway, have a look at that. Just think about the Lariam thing. Think about the fact that, I tell you, if it were me and that was my husband or my son and he'd taken that drug and he was dead, I tell you, I'd have a major case against the Irish state. Because the officer corps, the medical corps of the army inside Ireland know what they're doing. These are all ranking officers. These surgeons that are giving out these drugs. These are not fools. These are all ranks of commandant and captain and all that. These are well-educated men. They know what they're doing. They know the contraindications of these things. Yet they're giving them out to soldiers and selling them off the foreign parts. So anyway, stop taking these medicines, these drugs. That's all. Because I am convinced. You read the statistics. Over half the people who committed suicide were taking mind-altering drugs issued legally to them. I mean, something's seriously wrong there. So you go to see a doctor and you're depressed and you're a young man and it's a 50-50 case of whether or not you're going to kill yourself. That's what the story would seem to suggest. It's a crazy world.